Greetings, all you wild and weirdos and weirdettes. It's Ron. That's Joe over there, and that's Doomsday Dave over on the end. And this is Wild and Weird Radio Live. Doomsday Dave over on the end. It's the perfect place for him being on the end and all.
So how's your all's week been?
Oh, it's been fantastic. How's yours been?
It's been up and down. This weather is bonkers. We went from 80 to snow.
We did.
To tornadoes.
We did. Yeah.
It's pretty nuts.
We did.
Dave, how about you?
I had, last week I had this sinus infection from Hades, so that's why I was here, of course. Actually been a decent week, been a long week. I've been sleeping 4 or 5 hours a night, which is my own fault. But lots of imaging, lots of astro imaging. I've got lots of cool stuff I've been getting to shoot, and hopefully that's going to get better and better.
Have you got any proof of the mothership yet?
No, but there has been some. We got some good news though. I mean, some interesting news. I mean, a lot of disinformation too. But
there's always misinformation and disinformation and everything else, folks. But what is not disinformation and misinformation and everything else is the fact that tonight we will be debuting for the very first time the new trailer for episode. Well, it focuses on episode 1, but it's really the whole series of the new series, Strange Realities. Yep. And I'm pretty excited to show that, and I'm happy to say, at long last, it's ready. It is ready for prime time. So we're going to announce later on when that'll be. But we are going to show the trailer tonight, so stick around for that. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. We've already got folks dropping in the chat here, hanging out.
Let's get them all called in.
I've been popping them out there. We've got Oz, Ada, Spooky is in the house. He's home with the kids. Everything tonight. We got Octo, we got Enzo, we got Uvaru, we got Rachie, we've got who else? Gary. Hey, look at there. We got Hellbent Holler in the house. What's going on? Ada Cox, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
There's those owls.
And then LR almost first.
Oh, now kids, no pushing.
Anita's here. What's going on? Then Jordan Booker, let's go. Good to see everybody out there tonight. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us on yet another Thursday of Wild and Weird Radio Live. We appreciate you guys, and everything's out in the open because of the folks like LR and Ada and Gary and everybody else that donates here week in, week out. It keeps the lights on, literally. And you guys have actually kept me busy here the last few days because it is tax season. Yep. And, I'm grateful that we have to do taxes with this stuff. But, hey, we're honest. We actually do taxes on this stuff. And we got everything squared away, and
good point, man.
Off the shoulders now at this point. Now
that's a good point. That's a good point.
So Seth Womack, good to see you out there, man. Guys, we have a really interesting show tonight. This has been something that we've been following for a long time. Dave Eggleston, thank you so much, man. See, Dave, we have Dave Doomcore tonight. Let's keep it free, baby.
I'll tell you what. We got the big boy out here tonight, so we'll give you a little blessing with that one after a while. You've already earned it, so I'll just do it in a little bit. But I want to get to what Joe's talking about here: supporting disclosure.
Supporting disclosure, man.
You actually are.
We're going to talk about. The last few weeks we have been disclosure. That's what it feels like, right? This week is kind of like, is this why?
Yeah. Right. No, I think you're right. I think you might be right. For real. I'm not kidding.
Yeah. It's a very, very strange news cycle right now. And not strange in a bad way. It's just that it's unbelievable. Like it's so awesome that it's unbelievable.
It's rare that we have potential good news is what you're saying.
Yeah, we have not just potential, like it works. We know it works.
Yeah.
It's just the scaling is where we're at now. We're going to get to that. We're going to explain it later, but man, it's really exciting news because it's something that all three of us have been talking about for a long time, which is a sidebar to all of the high strangeness and paranormal. This involves the technology field.
That was probably
Where'd you come from?
From some of that, right?
Are you talking about that asteroid that's getting ready to hit the Earth?
What?
I'm just
No.
kidding.
Yes.
No.
Just kidding.
Team Big Rock. Team Big Rock.
No.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to throw a blessing out here for you four that have already dropped in the
get
hat.
the blessings up there for these guys.
We appreciate you guys.
Don't do the last one. Don't do the last one. That's the new one.
I won't do the last one yet.
Yeah, they got to unlock
That's a special one. I know.
It's special.
I know.
Yeah.
Even has
Here
a
we
rule
go.
it's not
Appreciate
with.
you guys.
For you new people who have no idea what that was, that is called a blessing. Those are little clips that I've thrown together for you folks who donate, and
They're not
are
AI.
blessings. No, they're not AI. Speaking of which, apparently we're back in the news again with the Kecksburg print. You know, for you folks who don't know, it's a print. It's right here. See the set right here. This part that you don't usually see because they cut it out. But
they crop out the holographic sticker, you know.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Anyway,
Vaughn over there says like, nah, Team Solar Storm. Team Solar Storm would be much prettier before it was all over.
Right. It would be. So it was who was it? It was Paranormal Warehouse, right?
Yes, paranormalwarehouse.com. This is the second time that they've copy pasted the exact same script of nonsense.
I wonder where it's coming from, though. It's coming from somewhere.
Well, no, they copy pasted it from their run the first time. They're the only one that posted that exact script because I've combed the internet both times just to see if there was something maybe earlier than them. But there was UFO Luigi over on X. He posted it the first time. That's where the first cropped photos came from.
That's where it came from.
But Luigi pulled him down whenever I said, hey, no, those were actually, because he saw them online.
Yeah.
But he cropped them.
Sure.
And I said, hey, here's what they are. And I showed him the pictures of the product. Yeah. And then he knocked it away and blew it away and it was gone. Well, it wasn't before paranormalwarehouse.com grabbed a hold of it and spun it out on Facebook and Instagram. And boy, oh boy.
Well, we have the Coalition for Critical Thinking on Paranormal Woo who grabbed it this time.
Well, they grabbed it from them.
Oh, they grabbed it from them?
Yeah, they grabbed it from Paranormal Warehouse.
So I'm only mentioning them because I told them that as long as they allowed me to post and tell the truth, that I would mention them. I was going to mention them anyway, but this is in a positive light. So thank you.
It is. They're not.
You guys did a great job.
Coalition groups can be hairy.
Well,
okay,
we should know that.
What is it?
We should know that.
Right. So because the coalition groups, Steven Strufert was the guy that started most of those.
Yeah.
And, unfortunately, he's passed away in the last year. And there's some people that are keeping those pages rolling, which is a good thing because skepticism is needed. They just tend to be a little rough sometimes in their skepticism. But I understand they get tired of hearing all the true believers, and it makes sense. We do too, but
I totally do too.
We just tend to not lose our temper as much.
Yeah. We test the theories. Yeah,
we do. And like Ron said, they were totally cool with telling the story because they're a skeptical page, and this was in fact artwork being shown as real something. And they're like, yeah, no, absolutely. Tell it because you're telling the truth.
And thanks for you guys who actually did appreciate it, by the way, once you figured out it was actual real work and not AI slop. That really makes it worth the months of putting those things together, for real. I'm not kidding.
Booker said, just framed and hung my Ron Lanham Kecksburg print on the wall. Nice.
That's awesome, man. Thank you. I don't have mine on the wall yet. I need to, but I have to pull it down every now and again and show. No, anyway. So we've got some interesting news, like in the area. Yeah, right. We've got the Major McCaslin, the general, who's missing, and there's a tie.
There hasn't been a peep. This is like white glove disappearance.
Yeah, it's very strange. there's been a lot of talk about, he actually could have some information, about some of those legacy programs, that whole thing. That's probably not what it's about, but there are folks who believe that. And how about all those recent Ohio Bigfoot sightings? That's a good question. And
general, I mean, he was tapped. He was going to provide some information.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's ironic that he can listen to the day after Trump announces, "Hey."
Yeah. Well, like I said, what links will they go to? I've said this multiple times. I mean, we're setting fire to the world right now. Brenda Radcliffe asks a very important question. How about those recent Ohio Bigfoot sightings? And to answer that for you, Brenda, hopefully
we had some boots on the ground. Hopefully
we'll have a report that may come in during this. I really hope that we can get him in here. And if so, he's willing to divulge his reports. And if not, you'll see it by next week, because he's agreed to come on, and we'll do a recording and get that info out to you. But yeah.
When it comes to the general there, I haven't seen anything about his acuity other than the fact that he was sharp as a tack and was extremely physically well fit. No signs of any kind of early or late stage Alzheimer's or dementia.
Ross actually addressed that very lengthy in his last episode. And he said he wasn't sure where that rumor started from, or
it's the skeptical crowd. It's somebody's going to drop a seed here, drop a seed there, just to get people talking. But that's not.
No, I think they said that it was something to do with a silver alert, and they thought that meant that, but it could be because of his medication.
His age.
Well, it's his medication.
The other speculation too was he left his cell phone behind, and normally he would carry it with him when he goes jogging.
Right.
And they thought, well, maybe he went to meet someone,
Yeah, man.
And silver alerts get put out for anybody who's a senior citizen, which he was.
Yeah. So that's
I'm not saying was in the past tense.
Yeah. I mean, the man is the genius when it comes to, intelligence. So it's hard to say, what's going on here. I'd say we just keep an open mind, saying good thoughts and prayers and anything else you can think of, and
hopefully it'll turn him up.
It'd be great. It would be really great if we got a win on this one. But, it plays into it, like Dave said, as it's someone that was supposed to come forward with some of this stuff, allegedly. I don't know. The timing's weird. That's all I'm going to say about that. The timing is very, very weird.
And it's a without a trace kind of scenario.
Yeah. This is like a Dean Koontz kind of thing, man. It's weird. Just know it, hippie. Thank you so much. Keep wild, weird, and free. That's how you keep it.
He left a cell phone and a smartwatch behind. However, one of the things missing from his home was a 38 special and a holster.
That's not a good sign. Well, like I said, we're going to keep it positive.
Hippie, thank you, by the way. Wild, weird, and free all day.
Forever. For eternity.
That's right.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and, we're already there, but we'll go ahead and officially kick off the news, and we'll jump right in as soon as I find the news. It's here.
Joe, if Ron went missing, we could kind of do a silver alert for Ron because he's of the age.
I really hate you both.
So, Dave, over at the news desk, we've got some happenings going on out there with 3i Atlas. Fill us in, give us the scoop, man.
Yeah. What's going on there, David?
Well, first things we need to kind of make a point of is folks out there, you're probably seeing a lot on Facebook, Instagram, X, other social media sites. There's been this news coming out just over the past couple of days that that Europa, and I have a reason for bringing up Europa. Europa is sending out signals to Earth, that is true. Structured repeating radio signals with mathematical patterns and detected from Jupiter's moon Europa. They're still speculating on what exactly it is, but they think it's obviously between Jupiter's rings and that. Well, the irony on all this is here's 3i Atlas heading towards Jupiter right now. So, and one of the strange things they're noting is Jupiter is getting off an unusual amount of methanol, which is not uncommon in comets.
Well, I mean, they did pass by Earth and by proxy West Virginia. So I mean, they got they might have picked up some stuff.
Yeah, I still say it's natural.
Yeah,
still saying that, but the amount it's still the unusual thing. But like Joe and I talked about earlier today, now if it makes an extreme course correction, extreme, that's what we kind of have to be concerned about. It's like, okay, something's weird about this, but yeah, if it does catch,
you can be concerned.
It's going to make a correction.
You can be concerned. I will not be concerned. I am of 100% certainty at this point that thing is not a comet. I don't know what it is, but it is not a comet.
Oh, it's not a comet. I mean, if it flips around, comes hit back towards us with Jupiter's gravity, now we got to think.
Yeah. But I don't think that's what's going to do.
What I'm honestly looking forward to, the thing that would make it really stand out
is if Europa.
Right. Coming in contact or near contact with Jupiter's gravity is going to influence trajectory just, a little. If we see a stall, as if this thing begins to slow down and not just a minor course adjustment, but has a pretty astounding trajectory change or directional change, then we can start kind of speculating a little bit, I think, as to what this thing might actually be. It's very, very odd because now we've gone from very pure metals, more pure than what we can manufacture here. We've had strange amounts of water coming off of it. Now methanol. So it's just odd that we're seeing all of these different chemicals in such large varieties that we're expected to just think this is completely normal.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking it's a normal thing, like for it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they have seen some potential for almost like a biosignal on 3i Atlas, that's another interesting part of it, which they're still studying that.
What's that all about?
They're calling it like pulsation reports, but that can be because of interacting chemicals on it as well. I mean, that could be explained.
Right.
So,
David, this is social media. Okay. When you say things like that, okay, just remember you're you. When they make clips about you, that's you, David.
There you go.
This is a lot.
No, I am not saying
Space Godzilla.
Yeah, Dave Roberts said 3i Atlas was alive.
Yeah,
I can see that, man. Don't do that.
Now, I need to mention the space whale. That's kind of a cool thing because there's actually a galaxy out there that I'm going to photo soon. It looks like a giant whale. It's really cool looking.
Yeah,
I'll show you that one.
We don't care, Dave. We don't care.
It's cool.
No,
it could be UFO. Just instead of a galaxy.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's
what really speculate this conspiracy theory it.
Folks, I see there's about 40 some eyes up there watching, probably more than that because the government's here too. You guys make sure that you hit that like, that subscribe, all that stuff. Okay. And leave a comment at the end of the show, by the way. It really helps to push out, our little version of disclosure because we're just trying to throw everything on the table. And make up your own minds.
And we don't have billionaire backers supporting us. We have you guys.
I don't.
We have you guys, but we don't have a billionaire sitting behind us saying, here's a bunch of money you can go frivolously burn.
Yeah. Like the outgassing of a comet. No, I'm kidding.
Right. Well, I mean, that's, that's how some of these different shows pretend money works. It's like, we're just going to set it on fire. Wow.
Oh, I know, man. It's crazy. It's literally crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, comets are kind of gassy.
We're a little more, responsible, I think.
So,
anyway. Yeah.
Now, in with this news mix, we've got 3i Atlas. We have, like Dave said, the signal.
Yeah.
That signal actually goes back to 2018. And I think it may be a little bit further, doesn't it, Ron? I think it's what we saw.
Yeah, this is not new news. This is the whole problem. Again,
they're deciphering it. The news, though, is that they're deciphering it now a little bit, and they determined that it does seem to be a mathematical like equation.
Okay, that's true. And here's the other part of that, as Dave pointed out. Apparently, they knew this, and they didn't say anything about this for a very long time until now. Actually, is that right?
Well, I mean,
yeah, I know.
I'm scared.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the science can technically be explained. Like if it's between the rings and Europa, the way they're interacting with gravitational pull. I mean, as long as it maintains consistency, those pulses or those signals it's giving off that's being picked up, they will be fairly consistent. But now the mathematical part, I mean, there are things in nature, in space, that are mathematically made, like pulsars.
I mean, the things that behave within the Fibonacci scale, you know.
Yeah,
like that's a mathematical spiral, perfect mathematical spiral, the Fibonacci sequence, and you're gonna see that play out. Obviously, naturally, we see that in snails or mollusks. We see it in
everything.
So many things. It is almost like the foundational signal of life. But
it's like a whole other show topic, but it's like kind of like grand design,
right? Right.
Yeah.
So, what do you make of some of these other strange stray signals that are coming in now that are being picked up on ham radios? Because there is currently signals that are coming in like Morse code. Now, the reason I bring this up the way we are is last week before, we talked about Green Bank. We talked about a paper that said that we made contact in 1959.
That's right.
And that the message that was received was through a basic Morse code type communication.
True.
We're seeing this popping up on ham radios all over the world right now. And it's almost gibberish. It's not any known language
that's the one.
Morse code.
The 770 signal, I thought that was Russians. No one has confirmed that at all. That is
it's
pure speculation at this point.
That's speculation. The 770 signal, that nobody can make sense what it is.
Nope.
It's not any known code. It could be a cipher.
Yep. 100%.
You know, this is something that has been done in militaries for ages, but with the cycle of the way that we're having these things come out, and they're coming out in these little piecemeal formats.
Yeah.
We find out, oh, wait, there's potential for contact that might have occurred, and it was done using Morse code. And then within days, we start seeing all these sporadic, crazy Morse code things coming up on ham radio. That it rings some bells for me. Now, I'm not saying that it's aliens, but it rings some bells.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the whole thing we've talked about. This is what we've been doing since, 2017, looking at the pattern and looking at the parts and seeing the predictability of these things. All of this stuff has a pattern. If you watch the pattern, you can predict where this is going to go. And that's why, I get a little uneasy at times with some of this stuff. There you go. Universe asking for another cake.
Of course, there are some too. I mean, we don't want to go into the negative, obviously, but there are some that are blaming on the Iranians.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we blame everything on them. So.
Yeah, I mean, and coincidentally, all of it started around that same time. So you can't rule any of it out.
No, you cannot.
But at the same time, it would have to be a cipher. It would have to be some kind of hidden message. But we've got the best code breakers around, and we have people who are in bed with all those guys and have been for decades that are on our side, or at least whichever side's giving them the money. And they would probably leak that information. Now, I'm not saying that would happen, but we've been in situations in the recent past where, we have allies who are embedded within enemy ranks. It's just it's just called espionage.
Yeah. It's true, and I don't think people understand how actual how any of this actually works.
Yeah.
There are rules to this stuff, which is just crazy. We're the craziest species you ever meet, right? Probably because we have rules for warfare. Okay, so that's one of the
suggestions.
Yeah, the Geneva suggestions. I was playing Battlefield last night, and I watched one of the bots. The bots over on Casual Breakthrough by now.
Yeah.
By the way, they're mimicking people, right? So I saw a bot actually trying to revive one of its teammates. I felt so bad I had to take it down because my bots and my real people don't revive me, but
right. But we have bots trying to bring their own teammates back.
Yeah. So even the bots understand that humans have these weird rules, and so that's just one of the little things about humanity that I don't quite understand. But here's the thing: could it be? So we can't just say 100% negate it because it just don't feel right. That's not good. And we're going to talk about a little episode with that broke this week too. Anyway, yeah, you're right. 2001 Europa. Yep.
It is a time.
You can go anywhere but Europa.
Yep. So again, Enzo, you're not far off here. Okay. This is the kind of the thing you got to watch. And, we're not putting a bunch of strings on a conspiracy board. We're just telling you that there are things you've got to watch. And the more you watch those patterns, you'll understand where you're probably going here. And you'll also understand that there are people who are pulling those strings and they're trying to make you see something that probably isn't there.
Right.
So just kind of watch that as well. That's how disinformation works. If you've been watching the show, Let's see. Joe, take us to presentation mode. I'm going to throw something up here. Actually,
let's see if it works this week, kids. Oh, there we are.
Oh, my. That happened so fast, I wasn't even ready.
Didn't that news kind of make you think of Disclosure too, about the radio signal stuff? Like this Disclosure movie is coming out.
No, right. It made me think of Contact.
Or Contact too. Yeah. Good. Yeah.
Not the movie, the song. Yeah. Yeah, I know. We're seeing the whole thing play out, Dave. We're prophets.
Maybe.
We just don't have a cult like some people.
We need one.
No, we don't. We do not. I don't want a cult. I don't want to be responsible for anybody. Let's see. Here we go.
Being responsible for people.
What you got?
We've got some weird stuff going on out there right about now. I don't know what clip you're going to be popping up just yet.
Go right ahead.
Which are you thinking portals?
Yeah, boy, I am. How'd you know?
Okay, let's be real responsible.
Okay. Are you gonna be responsible with this?
I'm gonna be my best.
Okay. I'm going to play this clip. I'm going to play two clips, actually. All right, guys, because you guys like clips, so we started playing them. Going to play this clip. This is from Ross Cohart. This is from him. This is the second time he's talked about portals. Okay. I don't like to touch portals. Like I said, there are other people who've done way better jobs on this. I know Hellbent did it. Wonderful. And that was good. And we're just like, you know what? That's good. They covered it. But no, Ross had to come back on and he had to start talking about portals again.
Had to double down.
He did. And I think that's important if we watch. Let's listen to the way he says it and what he says. Okay, let's go with this. Here we go.
I know everybody's hungry for a little more information, and as you would see,
he knows that you're hungry for information because he dangled the carrot in front of your face. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
No, 100%.
On Reality Check, what I often do is I use the show as a way of alerting those who are responsible for the cover-up about how much we know. Yes, there is a portal in the United States. In fact, I suspect there are multiple. But this particular portal is in a highly guarded facility that is used under the U.S. Forest Service cover. There are men with guns who patrol it, and there are witnesses who have seen what are clearly people operating with the knowledge of the US military in civilian clothes, walking into literally a wall.
Okay, so I'm just going to stop that right there for a second, and we're going We're going to digest what we just heard. So there are people who are guarding this place, and there are apparently other people who are walking into walls. Now, that sounds weird. It gets weirder, don't worry. But this is literally what I talked to you about this. This is literally the same thing that we hear in the ancient, I can't remember, what's his name? Viracocha, the legend, the Gate of the Gods, where allegedly people literally saw people walk into this portal and disappear.
And this portal is a very, very strange rock. If you've watched Ancient Aliens, you've seen it dozens of times.
Yep.
And it's one of the cliff faces that has the T shape carved out of it at Lake Titicaca.
Yeah. Well,
so that
there's places.
This megalithic structure is carved out of the wall, and it looks like a gateway, for lack of any better terms.
Yeah. So I'm going to play the rest of this, and then
Grim Hancock touches that a lot too, guys.
Well, I mean, it's a thing, okay? I mean, ever since Stargate, people have been seeing portals and Stargates, all right? And they've even called them that. So, and what's coincidentally even funnier is the rest of this as I play it. You're going to...
Anita's over here acting like she's watching me do my day-to-day. I've seen several people in military bearing walk into walls, doors, street signs.
Oh.
Leave me alone, Anita.
Oh. That was good. That was really good.
These witnesses are terrified. They're not about to stick their heads up on TV, but they are happy to talk to people like me. I've spoken to people who have told me about the existence of this portal. I've been to the location. I am aware that it was the subject of extensive study by a team that was operating in the area for some considerable period of time. I'm told that there is technology that is being used to try to deaden the efficacy of the portal to stop things coming out or going through.
Told you, Stargate was a documentary. I said this multiple times. I've been saying it forever. Now they've got an iris that they're going to put on this thing. Is that not what he just said?
I mean, essentially, that sounds like it. They're trying to put some kind of
dampening field, right?
Dampening field to reduce its efficacy, basically to dial it out.
Yeah, literally, that's what that is.
When you guys, sorry.
No, go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
Do you guys recall? This has been some years back. I think probably goes back to the 90s, maybe early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember all the details, but there was some conspiracy theory. Again, I'm not saying this is real. This is conspiracy theory speculation.
I don't know what a conspiracy theory is anymore, Dave. You can just say an alternate theory now. Just to say an alternate. Yeah.
So there was some speculation that the U.S. government was in control of portals, and we have been visiting Mars, like Mars since the 60s or 70s, and there's a portal that we're going through, and that's how we're getting there, going back and forth. We're not using a ship, and there was the government, the person that was part of this program was apparently a legit, verifiable worker for the government. I cannot remember the names or any details to this at all. It's been a long time ago.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Ironic this stuff is coming out, and I remember that from 20 years ago or more.
Right, we do remember this stuff from like 25 years ago, Dave. My whole point is, there are people who are just discovering this, and there are others who are putting this out here on the newest media, because back in our day you didn't have YouTube, you didn't have things where you could just, everybody was a star. Okay, you didn't have something where everybody could just become a journalist overnight and broadcast their own stuff and their own opinions and their own ideas. We had actual news, and it was pretty much unbiased back then. It was a weird time. I know, kids.
Yeah,
it's just a weird time. But
before social media,
it's true. It's so true. But now you've got this, and I think one of our issues is they're rediscovering a lot of stuff, Dave. There's a lot of rediscovery going on. I think that's what a lot of it is. Some of it is true, and some of it is embellished, and some of it just takes on a life of its own. And
we do know we have. I don't want to say that we've recorded it, but we recorded something.
We recorded something, but
that,
you didn't walk into a wall. Okay.
No,
you
didn't.
You didn't
far
disappear.
from walking into the wall, but this thing did just disappear technically.
Yeah, but you didn't.
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
I'd like to sometimes,
right?
But I didn't.
Bingo, exactly.
Like it would be the greatest thing ever to just be able to be at work.
I can't.
And be like,
yeah,
deuces,
run through the wall.
Yeah, through the wall.
That's the end of what is it? The men who stare at goats.
Yeah, it is.
Takes off.
It is. Runs the wall.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna play the rest of this. I don't remember what he says.
It's such an underrated movie.
It was. Well, it's because that's how they treated that subject then.
Yeah.
I know it all sounds like something out of science fiction, but believe me, the United States knows a hell of a lot more about portals and interdimensional technologies than it cares to admit.
Well, it probably does. I'm not gonna argue with that fact at all. I think that's a fair assessment, honestly. I've got part 2 here. Go ahead.
Enzo talking to Oz in the woods, because Oz says, why does everyone think the government is advanced enough to manage portals, but idiotic in every other thing?
They're not managing them.
She also said that Ross's breath cadence is kind of odd. He did seem flustered, is kind of what I gathered. But then
he's been beat up at this point about that question. It's almost like that giant UFO thing. And he's just been beat up by it, and that's kind of what he's going off of right now. And you'll hear that, I think, in the next clip. I might have got the part where he says he's sorry, but I don't remember if I cut it there or not, to be honest with you.
The critics are destroying him right now too. I mean,
for a lot of reasons, though, not just this portal. Like some of the flack that he's catching is just desserts. I mean, I'm sorry, but that stupid skeleton stunt that he pulled with the horse parts showing all those things, and then not being able to eat the sandwich afterwards.
Yeah.
And going back saying, oh, well, you did it. These are definitely, there's double rows of teeth. And no, it was the freaking coffin bone of a horse foot.
You'll notice how fast that disappeared, by the way.
Yeah, it went away, and but he's catching flack. He went from being one of the one of the more respected voices in this circle.
Yeah.
To being like, okay, man.
In the reporting circle. Yeah.
Yeah, in the true reporting circle. Like to all right, we got to get away from this content mode.
Agreed.
Like so many of these other people are doing, and we've got to actually do the work. This low hanging fruit is exactly what it is. It's low hanging and it's probably rotten.
Well, here's the thing, man. When you're doing shows like that, right? You're a major target. People see you. You're making bukus off it. Let's call it what it is. But you're also being contacted.
The universe was disclosure, baby. I wish this thing was full of sweet nectar.
It's fine. Nice.
But you're not I think you're getting to the point of where you get to where you just don't even follow up with some of this stuff. It doesn't matter. I mean, no one cares. A comment's a comment. A comment drives the algorithm. I don't care if it's positive. I don't care if it's negative. And that's where you get a lot of these mentalities on this, I think, coming from.
Yeah. Enzo says he feels like Ross changed after visiting Contact in the desert last year. Sharp turn into the things he reported. He did. He met a lot of people. Yeah,
he did. And he's doing things that he hasn't talked about yet, except for just in little hints and clues. He's up to something.
It seems like a documentary. It's what it feels like, right?
Yep, I think so.
Thinking too.
Yeah, he's getting ready to do something. I know he went down. He talks about ancient stuff a lot now. He's getting an ancient alien kick, right? So he's kind of going down that path, which you do. It's natural. And it kind of seems like he's getting ready to make a little play off of that. Now, whether he believes it or not, I don't know. That's between Ross and himself. But I'm curious to see what he does.
And as an extreme example, and I dare bring this name up because it sparks hatred when you bring it up now. But
City on Edge of
you guys remember in the 80s and particularly the 90s, Alex Jones back then. Yeah. In the 90s, when he was actually legit going out doing stuff and research and exposing government things that were going on. I'll just leave it at things.
Yeah.
And all that. He was fully legit. And then like overnight, I can't remember how many years ago it was now, maybe 10, 15 years ago. It's just like, boom, he just went, he's nuts now.
Yeah.
And it's obviously he's way off in La La Land.
Right. I mean, you go where the money pulls you, Dave.
Yeah. In his case, it's probably more about the money. But, you know, and I'm not saying this is where Ross is heading. I don't think where Ross anything like that.
Ross is just going for the. No, he's going for the. If anything, if he is doing it nefariously, and I don't think that he is. I'll just say that for the record right now. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt.
Honestly, the reason I think it's doing it, and Ron, you and I have talked about this before. Their news is widely made through YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah,
YouTube
exactly.
Runs on the algorithm.
Sure,
you
does.
gotta feed the algorithm.
Sure
We've
does.
seen. This is one of the reasons why this channel has been where we're at for so many years.
Oh yeah, it's a struggle.
Because we haven't sold into a specific genre and fed the algorithm exactly what it wants. Because we're not out here trying to make, you know, tens of dollars. We're just out here trying to have fun and look for the truth and bring some people along the way with us. And thanks to you guys, we're able to do that.
Yeah.
But it's one of these things where, you know, we've got so much demand specifically for them. He is an international reporter. That is not a cheap gig. Okay. And all of that money has to come from somewhere. Well, the only funding that they're getting is coming really from the little bit of subscription money they get, and then all the views they get on YouTube.
Right.
Because it's all monetized. Every bit of their stuff is monetized.
Yeah.
And they have to feed the world is expecting him to just feed that now.
Yeah.
Because he does a great job at it. I'll be up front. He does a fantastic job. He is an orator extraordinaire. And he can set and deliver a story and get to the point, and he's able to moderate the conversation in a way that keeps your attention, even if it's about horse bones.
No, yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's not wrong.
It's like I've said before. Anytime you're in this field and you're studying and researching it, there are times you do need to step back and take a break, because it becomes, you get so into it, and so you get to the point where sometimes you'll see certain things and maybe believe something you wouldn't normally believe, and you're looking at it and you go, oh, what am I doing? I need to research this, you know. And sometimes you just get swept up in it. I think these people like Ross, they get so swept up into it. I'm not saying it's what he's doing, but
there's a little bias, is what you're saying, and I think that's the same thing that Andrew's saying right here too. Because that's why you see that little bout of frustration, you know, and he does. He has this little, like a challenge almost, that he'll issue or get up on there. If someone does kind of challenge him, he'll push back. He won't be like, you know, well, I'll go find out, you know, or I'll go check my sources. It's like, boom, right at you, and that's happened a few times.
The only time that you can do that confidently is if you know for a fact that you have all the deck is in your hands.
Yep.
Not just the cards are in your favor, but the whole deck is in your hands.
But it has to be multiple times though, Joe, not just one time. And you've got to prove that you can play the game.
Yeah. And I mean, otherwise, like, you know, we've had people at our shows and our events that will show up when we're speaking somewhere, and they'll challenge us and question us. And like, I'll speak directly to them, and I'll tell them like, well, yeah, I mean, we'll look into it and find out. And I'm not trying to claim I'm the smartest man in the room. I mean, you guys are talking to the guy that forgets words and calls things flavor buttons instead of taste buds.
He calls me flavor buttons sometimes.
Don't get too, don't think you're getting one over on me. But it's you got to be able to handle the criticism with grace.
Yeah.
And not take it personal.
We're just hobbyists like anybody else, technically.
Oh, I'm not a hobbyist. I gave up the hobby a long time ago. I'm just collecting data. That's it. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
All right. Next, Presentation
mode. Here we go.
Yes.
Whoa.
Wow.
He's doing it again.
That looks nice.
I don't even have the
job,
option. Wait,
Hang on.
I gotta
Hang on.
stretch
Hang
out.
on. Hang on. I'm trying to figure out what happened.
There we go.
There it is. All right.
Oh.
Okay.
And at some stage, they're going to have to tell the public the truth. Otherwise, it's all going to come rolling out in an absolutely catastrophic way. What more can I say?
See, there's that again. And we've heard this a couple of times, that kind of almost a threat of full-on disclosure and catastrophic disclosure by nature, which is kind of weird, honestly, right?
Yep.
I mean, I'm going to show you something else here now,
Okay.
because it seems like that is happening, Joe. That's the whole point of showing these things. There is this form of disclosure that's taking place. It's just not this massive thing that everybody thought it was going to be. It's not spaceships landing. It's technology that's being revealed. It's talking about things that we've had that only a handful of people knew anything about. That's kind of what's happening at this point. And here's one of them I found for you. Let me see. Where's it at? It is. I'll find it here in a second. Oh, here you go. Here you go. This fellow right here. There's a couple of clips I've got on here, but I want you to go ahead and I want to pop this up, let you know who we're talking about. So
Jack Sarfati.
Yep. Jack Sarfati. So you can see his roster here. This is what he's done, right? Yeah. He's American, theoretical physicist. He's basically works on quantum physics.
Oh, wow. He's a leading member of fundamental physics.
Now you understand.
Oh.
So this is somebody. That's what I've been trying to say. Explain this to people, Joe, so they understand what you just figured out.
So fundamental physics it's basically a physics think tank. Folks like Dr. Eric Davis are members of functional physics. Jack apparently is a leading member. This group, fundamental physics, has been essentially around since shortly after Paperclip.
Mm-hmm.
It just was given a solid name. And you get through some of this, man, and you're seeing some of the leading names in theoretical physics that go all the way back to the Manhattan Project, who've been involved with fundamental physics.
So those names that you're talking about. Yeah. Here's a little bit something else about this. So you want to hit that little.
Sarfati was an assistant professor of physics at San Diego State University. He also studied. That just seems weird that it's a city-state university. Anyway, I digress. He also studied at Cornell Space Science Center in the UK. He studied Atomic Energy Research Establishment. Holy crap!
Yep. Max Planck.
The Max Planck Institute for Physics and the International Center of Theoretical Physics. Man. Then he decided to leave academia, which I couldn't imagine why, around the time frame when he was in interest. Oh. So in the 1970s, he changed the spelling of his name from Sarfat to Sarfati. Sarfati was invited to help shape the 100-year Starship program. See, I didn't look this stuff up before. So
and maybe
now it's all the 100-year Starship program. Okay.
Yeah. See, it has more of an effect on you now, doesn't it?
Now everything else it all makes sense. The groups that he was a part of and the people that he was around, he was integrated before.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So Sarfati claims to have been recruited by agents of the CIA, the DOD, to work on both the physics and consciousness and the propulsion of flying saucers, because we called them flying saucers back then, back in 1970s. MIT professor David Kaiser mentions these connections.
Kaiser, good grief. He's
in
got
his book,
And
how
Puthoff and Russell Targ.
There you go. Now you're seeing it. How the hippies saved physics as evidence. Sarfati cited a recording of a 1973 meeting with Harold E. Puthoff and Russell.
That's Hal,
Targ.
for those of you that don't know.
Yeah, and Russell Targ. Now, what that is, those right there. If I can tell you what they're talking about, because it's 1973, and this is Stanford Research
SRI.
Institute. This is SRI. That's where this is at. This was the beginning of the psychic spy programs right in that region. This is where, Geller came into the play. This is where Ingo Swann came in. Joe McMoneagle would come in. This is where it all began, the whole consciousness aspect. So pay attention to some of the things that this man says. They get a little wacky sounding, but I don't think they're that wacky sounding at all once you know the background. And that is the background of this. Take a look at some of these names. I just want you to see. This is for the 100-year starship thing, by the way, because I know we said that, and there, people are like, what are you talking about, 100-year starship? Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's show you what that is first. Here you go, Joe.
Okay, the 100-year Starship Study was the name of a 1 year, oddly enough, 1 year, not 100, but 1 year DARPA project to explore the development of a viable and sustainable model for persistent long-term private sector investment into the myriad of disciplines needed to make interstellar space travel practicable. The outcome of the study was the selection of an organization to carry the vision forward. The winning bid was the Dorothy Jemison Foundation for Excellence, partnering with the Icarus Interstellar and the Foundation for Enterprise Development. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Led by the American physician and former NASA astronaut Mae Jemison. In 2012, the consortium was awarded a $500,000 grant for further work. The new organization was granted the 100-year spaceship intellectual property from DARPA and maintained the organizational name for 100-year Starship. It was planned that the Dorothy Jemison Foundation for Excellence would team up with Icarus Interstellar, where the latter would work on the technical challenges of the 100-year Starship. And Andrew brings up something here that this is all leading into, and that they might be close to a mission of Aether. And
Andrew, you're already ahead of the game. You know where we're going.
Right ahead of the curve, because they're a little bit beyond the admission, actually. And we're going to get into that here in a minute.
Stick around, because this gets really exciting, and you're on the right track, by the way.
Because if for those of you guys who were here at the beginning of the show and we were talking about how excited we were about this topic, we're getting ready to cover it and hit it really hard in the back hour, because it is absolutely mind-boggling, the news that came out this week, the published paper that came out, the way that everything is put together is just beautiful, and I'm really excited about this one.
So this was a program that was building a hypothetical, if we could do it, then what will we need to do it? Who would we need to talk to? Take a look at some of the people they wanted to talk to. You'll recognize some of these names.
Okay, I got to blow this up. Hang tight.
Mm-hmm. Let me see if I can blow it up a little bit for you too.
No, I got it. We're good.
You good?
So on January 10th, 11th, 2011, DARPA gathered 30 scientists, entrepreneurs, and science fiction writers in a 2-day, by invitation only brainstorming session in Northern California. It kind of sounds like the Soul Foundation. Oh,
Right.
Now, non-affiliated attendees included Elizabeth Bear, science fiction writer, Jim Benford, Peter Diamandis.
Just look at some of the titles. That's what I want you to focus on. You'll see some names too, but look at some of these titles.
Lou Friedman, Planetary Society.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's see.
Look at the science fiction writers.
Oh, Barbara Marx Hubbard, the Foundation for Conscious Evolution.
Mm-hmm.
You've got let's see.
You'll find it.
Oh, Mark Millis, the Tau Zero Foundation.
Keep going.
That's another deep meditation
consciousness
group.
Yes, it is.
Then Let's see. Jack, obviously. With Dan Sherko, the Global Universal Entertainment, GUE.
Yeah. Here's SETI right
Jill
here.
Tarter.
Yeah.
SETI.
And look who's
Jacques
right after
Vallée.
that. There you go.
Yep. Jacques Vallée, man. Anything he touches is super interesting. Then we've got.
I mean, this is a list of. Look at all the NASA.
Hey, Roger Hall, DARPA Space Systems Program Manager. That dude is. There's a lot about Roger Hall. We don't have enough time to really dive into it now, but Roger Hall had his hands in the stuff. Okay.
Well, that's my whole point. These people did have their hands in the stuff.
Yeah.
And this is just a theoretical thing that they're working on, right? But I want you to see what else happens here real quick before we go to the actual clip, because the clip's interesting too. This is what happened.
Heck, that was 2011, and here we are 2026. So
yeah,
imagine now. It's
yeah. Let me see if I can find it. I think it might be this one. Let me see, June 15th. No, this is not it. Hang on. Oh yeah, this is what they were going to cover. Yeah. The DARPA and NASA solicited papers for the symposium on the topics. Here's your topics, Joe.
Now,
I want you to hit those topics.
Real quick, I want you guys to notice we've touched two groups here over and over for the last 3 minutes. DARPA,
Defense Advanced
NASA.
Research Projects. Yeah.
Larry, thanks, brother. We appreciate you, man. Happy Thursday, everyone. Checking in from work. Can't wait to watch after I get home, man. This is going to be a good episode. You're going to enjoy it, buddy. Get a hold of me later on, okay? So
he's happy because he's in the thumbnail. For
he's going to read about Ron Silver Alert. Love you, Ron.
So DARPA and NASA, you're going to see these two groups very consistently together on projects because of the dealings that they have. Okay. Yes, they're both government, but we're dealing with a lot of the same kind of manipulation, the same kind of programming, the same kind of study. They want to get their hands on this stuff. One of them wants to weaponize it. The other one's trying to research it. Right. And you've got one that is really good at R&D of everything.
Yeah.
And the other one just is the exploratory arm.
Yeah.
So
look at what they were doing. Look at what they're interested in. This is
they were soliciting papers for time distance solutions for propulsion, education on social and economical and legal considerations for how space behavior would be, the political ramifications, the round trip investments, because right at this point in time, 10, 15 years ago, all they were looking at was time dilation. Time dilation is extremely costly. Okay. Time dilation, by the time you get back, everyone's dead. Okay. It costs you everything. If you're going to travel through time dilation, you are going to start off your age. You are going to age in a normal progression as you dilate time through the direction you're moving. But as you dilate time and move back, you're still aging at the progress that you're at right now. But when you get back, 1,000 years might have passed and you might not have any relatives left.
Yeah.
Like you watch Interstellar movie.
Could have been so diluted, it's like someone poured bleach in it.
Philosophical and religious considerations. I mean, look at some of these things. I want you to look at these. These were moral and ethical issues, implications of finding habitable worlds, implications of finding life elsewhere, and implications of being left behind.
Yeah.
Biology, habitats, like they were doing it all. They were building this thing in a virtual sense, right? So this is what they were doing, but this almost didn't happen.
Yeah.
And I think I have that. It might be this clip right here. Let's see if this is it. No, this is the better part. This is when DARPA made sure that they owned the intellectual property rights to it, by the way.
Yeah. By design, DARPA invested in the instruments of the intellectual property to support the eventual selection of an organization to carry the 100-year Starship vision forward.
Yeah.
DARPA established and copyrighted 100yss.org and trademarked the original names, acronyms, logos, and artwork at the award of the 100 YSS grant. The IP rights and trademark were passed in perpetuity on to the new 100-year Starship organization.
Yeah.
So DARPA handed over the IP rights to the organization willy-nilly. Godot says, Michio Kaku, Ed Teller tapped me on the shoulder for unbelievable above top secret projects. I said, thank you, but no thank you.
Hang on. Don't take it out. I did that. I want to show this one first.
And there's always Planet of the Apes as well.
Here it is. Here it is.
Yeah, that's time dilation. Yeah, 100%. That's time dilation right there. 3 days prior to the start of the symposium, the director of DARPA, Dr. Regina E. Dugan, and her deputy, Dr. Ken, discussed the plan and intent of the symposium with Neeland and requested he cancel the entire event. Neeland explained how visible and public it was and world travelers already en route to attend. He suggested that canceling it would have more negative impacts than not letting it happen. Dugan and Gabriel agreed to let the symposium proceed, but required removal of all DARPA and NASA logos on the emblems, as well as curtailing participation by DARPA personnel. They also insisted that no public video, audio, or recordings or photography be allowed, and no proceedings or papers would officially be published.
How about that? Ain't that something? And this is what history kind of remembers it as, by the way.
The 100-year Starship was named in 2012 by Tom Coburn. He was one of the 100 most wasteful government spending projects.
Yeah, it was one of the worst of the 100 most wasteful spending projects. That's what it was. Yeah.
Coburn specifically said the 100-year Starship workshop that included one session titled "Did Jesus Die for Klingons Too?" that debated the implications for Christian philosophy. Should life be found on other planets?
Now you laugh at this, and they laugh at this, but they did this.
Yeah,
they did,
and understandably so. I mean, you would have to. It probably went a little bit beyond just the Christian philosophy, but more, open-ended, because you got to think of the minds we all had in this room together.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, Joe, is that's literally what they did a few years ago with that study.
It is, and Hal Puthoff was involved with that, and yeah.
This is literally the same thing. So this has come up multiple times. Now, as a treat for you, I have a video for you to watch. Don't get restless, kids. This is about the Galactic Federation. You all like the Galactic Federation, but there's some stuff in here that I hadn't really heard much about before. So it's new to me.
And the other thing I can tell you is that a lot of the science fiction movies are actually preparations by the intelligence agencies, including the British and the American and even the Mossad, all of them, even the Russians, actually, to prepare what's called disclosure. That we're
to prepare for what? There's that word again.
Not alone in the universe, and we are being prepared for to join the Galactic Federation. So, by the way, so Star Trek, I must say, Gene Roddenberry, who created Star Trek, was part of this project. And Roddenberry's whole idea for Star Trek, this could sound pretty crazy, but he was involved with a guy named Andrea Puhari, who was U.S. Army intelligence and CIA type of guy. Brought Uri Geller from Israel to, Uri Geller, the Israeli psychic. Any case, they had a group in New York, I guess in the early 70s, where they were doing channeling from this extraterrestrial entity, the Nine, and all this stuff. And the material for Star Trek is really based on these channelings, contact with extraterrestrial intelligence.
Yeah. Told you find that interesting.
Special thanks goes out to Lucy
yeah.
and Desilu Productions for making Star Trek happen.
That's right. They
Exactly
rescued it.
right.
Yeah. So that in itself was interesting. This is someone with the background that we've shown here, talking about this Galactic Federation. Said, yeah. And when he's talking about in the 70s, you know darn well what he's talking about. You know who he's talking about. You know
Yeah.
the group, right? At this point.
Yeah.
That's our psychic warrior programs. That's the guys who were trying to do what we always thought they were doing, trying to make contact. Literally what we said forever, that's what they were really up to. And yeah, well, apparently they were, but they were also trying to do it after they did it. And apparently they were trying to use some of these, I guess, producers and some of these writers, the science fiction writers, to introduce this stuff. As we have said multiple times, it's the same thing, to assimilate people into the idea that, look, you're not alone. And by the way, there's things that are going to happen that's going to change things. And listen to this.
I know it's going to freak out a lot of people, but this is, I'm giving it to you. But basically what I'm trying to tell you is that we're calling it Manhattan Project 2.0. And it is happening now. It's funded. And what I can say is that I'm not telling, I could be wrong, and everything in science could be mistaken, right? But the way it's looking right now is that within 3 or 4 years, hopefully we'll have our own kind of like flying zone. We'll have these drones, that are controlling their local gravitational field. Forget rockets, everything, everything Hans has said, of course, is correct, given that technology, but we don't need any of that technology. So this is a total replacement. No more jet planes, even battleships, aircraft. Well, we don't need aircraft carriers anymore anyway. They're obsolete. They're floating targets. But it's all going to be controlled gravity, basic warp drive. Like Emmett Brown, the DeLorean. That's what I'm talking about.
What he's talking about is the power source of the DeLorean. And he should know, because he was actually allegedly the model for Emmett Brown. Again, amazing how, science fiction follows what is to come.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So
let me show you some papers now. And here you go, Joseph.
All right. So this is Casimir is a developing breakthrough power generating nanotechnology that will herald a new dawn in power. So the Casimir effect is a physical force that's coming from the quantum vacuum fluctuations. Okay. Quantum vacuum fluctuations. This causes an attraction between two uncharged but parallel metal plates in a vacuum. What this ultimately is doing is, it's named after a Dutch physicist. His name's Hendrik Casimir. Back in 1948. Do the math. Figure out what year that, like right when that started. Okay, and a Dutch physicist from 1948. Okay, that falls right in line with all the other stuff. But this company, much like Elon Musk, named Tesla and has this electric vehicles and all these other things, Casimir is moving forward with quantum fluctuating power, harnessing the power of the vacuum to propel a series of electrons. And in the beginning, it was to test this, it was just one electron. They were moving a single electron through this field, and they created the negative pressure, which is the vacuum, and the electron continued to accelerate, and then continue to accelerate, and then continue to accelerate. And suddenly you have force. The force turns into power. You amplify that, scale that up. They were able to get this to a point where it was outside of theorization, but now being held in their hands. So 1948, Hedrick Casimir theorized that the Casimir force could take two metal plates 100 nanometers apart inside a perfect vacuum chamber, and we'd expect zero pressure everywhere, inside and outside the gap. But in reality, a negative pressure pulls the plates together because the electromagnetic wavelengths longer than the gap cannot fit in the cavity, leading to an energy differential. This constant push-pull, push-pull, push-pull
It's a pump.
created energy. The electron began to move. It began to go so fast, it was going straight through a pipeline. In 1997, Stephen Lemereau measures the Casimir force and the energy differential for the first time. This happens because the quantum fields have wave-like modes with wavelengths larger than the plate separation can fit within the gap. So the vacuum energy density between the plates is lower than the outside. This energy gradient creates the Casimir force, a real measurable push.
A real measurable. That think about what you're saying here.
Yes.
I got another one for you. Hang on. I think that's
Now.
Is that 3? Is that 2? That was 2.
That's 2.
This is 3.
3 isn't the same thing. It happens because the quantum fields have wave-like modes.
Mm-hmm.
Modes with wavelengths larger than the plate separation can fit. Yeah, it's the same screen.
That same thing?
Yep.
Well, I failed you then. Hang on. Here you go. This is not the same screen. What the? Hang on. I got to remove these.
You're good.
I got to remove these. And why is it doing that? There you go.
Here we go. The simple Casimir cavity can't power the world, but the Casimir force generates a brief pulse of energy before forcing the plates together. To generate continuous power from quantum fields, the Casimir cavity concept must be adapted.
Uh-huh.
Well, kids.
Yeah.
They adapted it.
Hey, you know what though? This whole thing just it sounded so familiar to me from something. I don't know if it sounded familiar to you guys or not, but it definitely sounded familiar to me. And I think I have. Let me find it here. Yeah, it's right here.
Bell.
It should.
Here, real quick, the company and the claim and found although the effect is real, their claim has not been peer-reviewed or verified. The peer-reviewed paper was published 2 days ago.
Yeah, they're starting to argue. That's what I was telling you about earlier.
Yeah,
it's already started. The Reddit folks have started saying, look, it's not true. No one's replicated it yet. But yeah, so we're gonna have to watch that one.
Their paper and their math, if you do all the math and you're able to understand it and look at it the way that they frame it all together, they're able to produce 1.5 volts.
Oh yeah, well, we have more clips, but I wanted to tell you what it reminded me of because, boy, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it does. This is an episode from the Wayback Machine.
Well, this is part of the original
on advanced space propulsion based on a vacuum.
This was the original document drop that happened a few years back on Black Vault. And these are all the DIRD reports. And one of them was the advanced space propulsion. Based on the vacuum. So yeah, it's kind of the same kind of thing, I think, that we're hearing from.
Well, when it comes to the vacuum technology, yeah, like there's different ways to harness the power of a vacuum. But this particular approach, it's more like a battery because it can generate energy. So Casimir says that they've engineered a custom nanostructure that interacts with quantum fields to harvest energy, producing a new dawn in power, the Casimir microspark. Now, this fixes the plates to a silicon substrate so that they cannot move and connects them electrically. in the center gap, we add a line of electrically connected nano pillars that are isolated from the plates, allowing us to harvest the energy with it.
Mm-hmm.
This thing is very impressive.
It is impressive, isn't
Joe,
Yeah, Dave.
I want to ask you a question, Joe. And I kind of know the answer to this, but I want to hear it from you, because I think where we're on the same page. But on a cart, I never can pronounce it correctly. Pardon me. On the Kardashev scale.
The Kardashev scale.
Thank you. So from type 0 to obviously type like 5 civilization. Do you think this bumps us up?
If we scale it.
0.5. If we scale it up.
Yep. Yeah, we have to scale it up.
Yeah.
Right now, you would need... This thing is 1.5 volts. It produces a 1.5 volts in perpetuity. Okay. Yeah. It's a battery. It's a simple AA battery. Basically.
Yeah, that's literally what it's for. And it was to generate that and by proof of concept. If you can produce a battery at 1.5 volts, then the next step is, well, if we can do it here, then we can do it
right
at, 9 volts. And if we can do it at 9, we can do it at 120. If we can do it at 100, and it's disproportional at that point.
Right, because this is where all these other companies that have been trying to do this for the last several decades have failed. Right. They were going for the go big or go home moment. This company went for, if we can just generate freaking positive energy that is measurable, that sets off a voltmeter, then we're going the right direction. And they did, and now they're able to generate 1.5 volts, and it will never stop.
That's literally what it does. It doesn't stop. It's just a little, there you go. This 50 watt model, the 40 watt model proposed. And it's absolutely amazing. If it takes place, I mean, this is it.
Right now, they've only got the working 1.5.
Yep. But they've got their goals. And, what could you do with unlimited power?
Yeah, you guys make me think of Back to the Future. Doc Brown, 1.21 gigawatts.
Yeah, right,
right. Anita says, "Anybody remember Batteries Not Included?" Right.
That's a great movie.
So, do we have any other media coming up?
Let me see. I think so. Let's see. Discuss. We did that. Technology. Yeah, we did that. Oh boy. Yeah, we do. So the whole purpose of this story was really just to talk about, where we could have got that stuff, right?
Well, eventually, to get us to that point, it's like, is this technology really ours? And Octopus brings up this valid statement. It says, I don't think it's a matter of using it to push. Oh, wait, wrong one. Needed to go up.
Oh,
that lost it. Octo. Here it is. Okay, guys, remember how the tiny pieces of genuine UFO material are basically molecularly separated sheets of metals layered on top of each other?
Right.
It could create the similar effect, or it does create a similar effect. It could.
We don't know.
We don't know. I'd like to know. But
wouldn't you though? That would require us to have a piece.
Anita here. 0 point energy. If you notice, they're very careful not to say 0 point energy. And in an interview that the founder of this company did, he explained that the reason they don't use the term 0 point energy is so that they don't lose their NASA and DARPA funding. Because remember the group we were talking about previously, the 100-year Starship, and how it was involved with NASA and DARPA? You'd almost think that this whole episode was queued up to run a certain direction, right? We've got NASA and DARPA. Look at that. And this company gets quite a bit of funding from those entities. Okay. Now, if he went out and said 0 point energy, they're going to pull the plug, just like they did with 1,000-year Starship or 100-year Starship.
Yeah.
They're going to yank the plug like that. Can't use our logos, can't use our funding, can't use our name, whatever.
Can't talk about our intellectual property, period.
Yeah. And so they couldn't do it. Now, here we are we're setting on this technology that is truly, if it's scalable, world changing.
It is scalable. I mean, it's scalable, right?
Oh yeah, but like I want to see it.
How fast, can they scale it?
How long is it going to take to get there?
Right, exactly. And you are talking about world changing, because look around the world. There's no need to fight over oil ever again. That's the crazy part.
Put one of these in an electric car.
Yeah.
Get one big enough that can run an electric car.
Yeah.
Once you're there, you never need fuel. Lubricants are going to be purely used for machinery and for the not fabrication, but for metallurgy, the making of the metals. Because you have to have those fossil materials to actually create the structural steel that we need to build things and whatnot. But that's where we come into our stopgap problem.
Yep.
Historically, when you threaten oil, you threaten your own life.
Pretty much. And by life, you mean country, anything.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Like anything that threatens that particular lifestyle is a threat. And we have seen that.
Yeah.
So we have seen that. And here's the other part of this. For all we know, it's not our technology. And maybe there was this alleged, we talked about last week, the alleged deal, right? Maybe that was part of the alleged deal. And maybe the part of the alleged deal was you weren't supposed to use this for anything other than this particular thing. Maybe you're not allowed to use it for weapons. And what do you think we did? Very first thing.
Make things that go pew, pew, boom.
Yep. And try to figure out a way to mitigate it, right?
Seth Womack said Casimir's CEO did an interview with Joe Rogan last summer. Very interesting stuff. You need to watch the one that he just did with him yesterday or 2 days ago. It's the newest episode of Joe Rogan is the newest episode where this thing gets put on the table. Literally
put on the table.
Like, here, hold this.
Well, this whole thing of this energy, it brings a sense of a potential for a future utopia, in a sense. But then you look at, somebody mentioned it already here in the chat, but you mentioned Nikola Tesla, like when he died, what was the office of, how to look up?
Edison.
OAP, actually, OAP, Office of Alien Property. That's what it was actually called.
Yeah.
Not the FBI, OAP is the one who seized all his stuff, and a lot of it's been released now. But they had his death ray, his energy weapons, and
his journal's still missing.
Yeah, and they had told him, like he had free energy, and what was it? It was they told him why invest in why allow us if we can't if we can't basically bill for it, if we can't charge customers for it.
Yep.
So they'll find a way, unless it gets out so much, they'll probably try to find a way to charge for it somehow. Hopefully not, but human nature.
Octopus says, remember when Joe Rogan laughed at Tom DeLonge when he mentioned UFOs? I do.
That's hilarious.
So with this technology, like we were mentioning, is this fundamentally ours? We know when this study first started, when the theoretical physics behind it started being brainstormed. In 1948 was when the concept was created. We had Foo Fighters buzzing all around in 46, 47.
There's something else that happened that we couldn't talk about.
There was something that happened that we can't talk about called,
something. Having in a place called Roswell. Well, we can't talk about it.
Yeah, well, we can't talk about Roswell, but
yeah. Now think about it for just one. Like I said, think about this. If we did that and someone found out and they were either A, Okay, that's cool. You can do that, but you can't do this with it. Or if we just got it and said, you know what? This will make a great weapon. We can rule the world with this. Either one of those things is bad, right? And then we have to think about what has been said. Well, even we said it, but this whole something's coming thing, right?
Yeah.
You know, we need to really think about that, where it came from, where that came from. There's some who believe they know who started it, that it's a rumor. It might be, don't know. That's neither here nor there. But we do know that Luis Elizondo posted a diary entry this week. It's over in notes, by the way. It's pulled up there for you if you want to skim through that with a very cryptic image.
Yeah. It creates quite the quandary because I know that the three of us sat and talked about this quite a bit.
That's Phoenix. That's Phoenix right there. That's what.
And this is the image that was posted alongside the note.
Yep. You want to read some of the note?
Elizondo, as Ron mentioned.
Yeah.
And
like him or not, it doesn't matter. This is just his words, and take it for what it is.
He says, "Release the alien files. The only real way to mitigate the unexpected." That right there, right out the gate.
The unexpected. Yeah.
To mitigate the unexpected.
You can stop it by releasing the files. How is that?
Well, to mitigate means to essentially smooth it over, to make things easier, or like I said, just smoothing it over.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot coming, guys. We're just going to say that. But as many people are aware, President Trump has publicly directed the government to begin releasing UFO and UAP files, instructed by the Secretary of War and other agencies to identify and disclose records related to extraterrestrial life and anomalous phenomena.
Which they promptly refused to do, by the way.
Right.
So continue.
Yep. This is kind of what prompted this.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like.
Mm-hmm.
The Pentagon leadership has echoed this, saying they are preparing to comply and expect a surge in transparency. Defense scoop officials have even began preparing files for release, despite there being no formal executive order mandating disclosure yet. Then, in a development that raised eyebrows across the research community, nearly 4 million files were wiped from an online archive, talking about the black ball.
Yeah.
And these were all files that were released a few years back. They were heavily redacted. And I've got a theory on that, but we'll go into that in a bit. And then let's see. As if the domestic landscape weren't turbulent enough, the situation abroad has only intensified the sense of global instability. The conflict in the Middle East continues to escalate, drawing in regional powers, straining alliances, raising fears of a broader confrontation. Markets react. Diplomats scramble. Intelligence agencies warn that the margin for miscalculation is shrinking. It's another layer of uncertainty added to a world already stretched thin. A reminder that the geopolitical pressures and anomalous revelations may collide in ways no one is prepared for. What's he mean by that?
It's very well written, isn't it?
Oh yeah, we have our ideas.
Isn't it very well written though?
Oh, it's very well written. Yes.
Mm-hmm. You can continue if you like.
Layered on top of all this is the troubling disappearance of Major General William Neal Castlett, retired Air Force figure widely regarded in the UAP research circles as one of the most knowledgeable insiders on legacy aerospace programs. He vanished on February 27th during a routine trail run near his Albuquerque home. Albuquerque is in New Mexico. Do with that what you Will.
Yeah. Oh.
McCaskill once oversaw classified space systems at Wright-Patt and participated in a quiet pre-2016 discussion about potential UAP disclosure. His sudden absence, arriving just as the government signals the unprecedented transparency, adds an uneasy new tension to an already volatile moment. This is the backdrop against which rumored 2026 and 2027 event keeps resurfacing. We can't get away from it.
No.
It's popping up all over the place. Literally every social media platform that you follow with high strangeness, anything, this keeps showing up. Some call it anecdotal, using the safest possible language. That's us. That's normally where we sit.
Yeah.
Others insist it signals a looming cataclysm. We talk about that part privately, not so much on the air. Some say it's about an alien invasion. Some claim that it's a grand government conspiracy, a fake alien invasion, Project Bluebeam. Still others dismiss it, saying there's no evidence. Mick West. In its original meaning, the word apocalyptic does not mean destructive. In English, though, I'm gonna just do some word damage on you guys. In English, apocalyptic largely means destructive. To really get into it, which he does, to his credit, he goes in to the Greek apocalypsis, meaning the uncovering and revealing what was hidden or lifting the veil. In early Christian and Jewish texts, an apocalypse was a visionary revelation about the true nature of reality, not the end of the world. It was about seeing behind the curtain, understanding the hidden truths, or receiving insight. Destruction was sometimes part of the imagery, but it wasn't the definition, which is true. Where he's talking about specifically the book of Revelation or the book of Daniel. It's something that changes the status quo and opens new avenues of inquiry. The kind of new knowledge Chris Bledsoe and the being he refers to as the lady gesture toward. I don't know if that is it. It kind of almost seemed like an endorsement to you. I don't know how to feel about that.
I don't know. I just go with it, and then we'll tear it apart.
Yeah, some people believe they know what the event is, as the mentioned above.
You'll note that the event is in quotes.
Yeah, it is. What they say is that it is real, it's imminent, and it's transformative. Not necessarily destructive.
Where have I heard that word, imminent? Where's that from? Imminent. Yeah. What's that from? What's that from?
It's on a book. I got
pretty sure it's on a book. Somewhere. Yeah. Anyway,
so,
go ahead.
A message to the gatekeepers. Why disclosure is the only responsible path to mitigate the unexpected. To the familiar institutions and actors who reflexively seize anomalous material and bury it under layers of secrecy, you've probably been trying to figure this out. But this one is not something you can get your hands on and hide from everyone else, meaning that what's coming is something you can't grab and hide it under a rock. If you think you can stall disclosure again by routing everything through Arrow, an office many already view as part of the cover-up, or possibly engaging in more nefarious activities, you're misreading the moment. For those unsettled by what disclosing the anomalous could mean for worldviews, institutions, and power structures, the answer is not suppression, silence, bunker building, looking at you, Lou, or bureaucratic foot dragging. Nor is it continuing to shrug off, circumvent congressional and presidential mandates to release real data on real anonymous craft and non-human intelligences. The only responsible long-term response is honest disclosure. Real sensor data, real videos, recovered materials, biological evidence, historical records that don't fit the conventional timeline, and letting the world work on it openly. I agree. 100%. In the Wayneism, yes, absolutely. I agree.
Yes.
Disclosure reduces ontological shock. It prepares society for a universe stranger and more complex than the one we've been taught. That sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Sounds familiar.
Dave?
Sounds very
Strange
familiar.
realities? Huh?
Strange? Reality being strange? Something about that. Oh,
It can help
stay
disarm
tuned.
world tensions and usher in a new era of international collaboration. And perhaps most importantly, it gives people time to adjust before something unexpected and humbling arrives on its own terms. You're being given a fair opportunity while some time still exists. Whether you take it as another matter. Think of it like comets or asteroids that pass close to Earth. There are only so many near misses. The disclosure movement's unsuccessful attempts to secure real legislation and real information are those glancing passes. Warnings, not victories. Eventually, something large enough arrives and doesn't miss. And the illusion created by all the previous passes collapses. The belief that nothing ever hits is the most dangerous illusion of all. Truth doesn't need your permission. And if ignored long enough, it has a way of turning the tables. It rises, inevitable, incandescent, like the phoenix. Shorter version of that, Data doesn't care about your feelings.
Yeah, pretty much what he says.
The bottom line, if something extraordinary is approaching, the responsible preparation is not secrecy, paranoia, or hoarding. We need the toilet paper.
Yeah, we need toilet paper, guys. Don't do that.
Because we have a reason to believe that there's something to it, though the exact year may not necessarily be 2026 or 27. Because interest primes awareness. Because the moment arrives, understanding will come from readiness, not surprise. That's how you mitigate shock. Releasing and normalizing the anomalous while there's still time, especially in the face of something so humbling and unexpected that no one is prepared for. So it is in this mind we're going to watch this.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, just literally keep all that in mind. And let me find this clip for you. Clip 27, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
What I am aware of is that everybody's telling me we're on borrowed time.
Time is not a luxury that we can afford. The time has come. We need to start having the conversation collectively.
Yeah, it's probably already written on the wind one way or another, and it's going to happen. And there's little or nothing we can do about it.
I think things are going to be pretty difficult starting in a few years. And from what I've been told by sources.
What does that mean? It's going to be difficult?
It's I mean, I can't say specifically. I don't know that much yet, and I can't really say, but just that a lot of what we take for granted now in life, I don't think is going to be, we're not going to have it. A lot of things we have now.
It appears to me, if you go back through history, every 10,000, 12,000 years, we have, some kind of huge disaster.
An extinction event.
A near extinction event. I think that whether it's a pole shift, a magnetic pole shift is one of the, theories of what causes these events. But there is a history of near extinction events.
Now, there have been some significant rumors of events regarding UAP that may occur within, like 10 years or so. I don't know if it's something coming or a natural disaster. You hear of something big coming down the pike. Have you heard of these claims? And if so, do you have any idea what it may be?
Yes, I've heard of them. Yes, I'm aware of them, and I'm not able to have that conversation.
So that was his original statement, and now he's released this week. Think about it. Gotta think about this.
Yeah.
Gotta really think about this. I'm not saying that, you know, like Lou, go out and build a shelter. It's not gonna, you know, it's probably not gonna do you any good if it's something like this anyway, because we're kind of just reading into it, right? We don't know what that means. The whole concept of, you know, that things are going to change, et cetera, et cetera. That doesn't necessarily mean an alien invasion. We've talked about this. What if? Big what if, huge what if. But what if something did crash years ago and we took from that something, what we literally built our modern world out of? And what if something said, we want that back? You guys broke a rule. You guys aren't allowed to have that. What would happen if every single, say, transistor disappeared on the planet?
You could rebuild, because some of that foundational work we know how to make.
We could rebuild it, but how long?
It's going to take time. You can't do that overnight.
Right. So what would happen in the X amount of nights of no light and no heat and no anything, with most of the people who can't even remember how to dig a hole in the front yard to plant a potato in, or, you know, I'm sorry, bury a potato. I mean, plant. Don't plant potatoes. Bury them. You know, make sure the little eyes are pointed up too when you do it. I mean, I know how to do it. Don't come knocking on my door though. You're not getting my potatoes.
Ron hates potatoes.
I hate potatoes. You'll starve anyway. It doesn't matter. There will be no potatoes in this shelter. No, for real. If we think about that, you know, that would definitely set us back a bit, wouldn't it?
Now there was a talk about 2027 being the year that all this supposedly happens. You know, we've had a few folks, George Knapp, of course, you know, working with a couple of folks.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Yeah. But again, are they all just quoting the same thing over and over and over and over and over again? Yeah, leave the potatoes alone.
I think some of them are just part of the echo chamber.
Yeah.
But I think some people are hearing, you know, because Dave, you can speak to this one. We have a potential near miss coming next year, this year, later this year. There could be major problems if it hits our moon.
What are you talking about? You talking about that crazy 2032 thing? Is that what you're talking about?
I thought there was one that was supposed to pass between us and the moon next year or something.
I mean, there's one that does that all the time.
No, like the odds of it hitting the moon are pretty significant.
There's been news on that, actually.
Yeah, what you got?
Yeah, they actually announced, it's probably been about 5 days ago. They're saying now that there's a 0% chance of it hitting the moon. They say it's just not going to hit now.
Okay. So everybody
fly right by.
Go out and buy all the toilet paper.
Yeah, it's going to hit. So Dave just told us it's not going to hit. That means, yeah, that's how they do it. So you know what? Well, I'll try to be optimistic, guys. I'm sorry.
Seth says it's interesting how civilizations seem to reset every 10,000 to 15,000 years.
Isn't it though? We thought it was interesting too.
Well, now to be fair, I'll bring in Doomsday Dave on this thing. To talk about myself in the third person here, but the new Rubin Observatory. I mean, it's discovering recently. Well, when he first turned it on, at first it pointed to sky. It discovered over how many was? I think it was over 4 to 10,000 asteroids that they have never seen before. So you know they track.
That's
yeah. So just a handful. That's all.
Yeah, a lot of these are being tracked, and they know where they're at and what's coming. But then again, there's the other ones that they don't know about.
You mean like the 4,000 that they didn't know that were there before until now? So
yeah,
there's probably 10, 20,000 more. Yeah.
Every time they point at the sky, they notice, hey, oh crap, here's thousands more. So you just never know.
Well, you know, I mean, when the home planet exploded, it left some parts. Anyway, I just think that these people have a tendency to, like you said, they just kind of quote stuff, right? And we do know that there's misinformation programs.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I didn't say disinformation; I said misinformation programs. There's a little bit of a difference.
There's a reason that these people are building bunkers, though, and it's not because they're afraid of the Middle East.
Oh, it's true. It's 100% true. They know that would be futile. Yeah. What they want to do is survive something that would not be futile, something that we've survived before, perhaps.
By going underground.
Because it worked before. Now, here's the other part that they just conveniently are leaving out. And there's probably a reason they're leaving it out. But in every one of those reset scenarios, go back and look at the legends and see what it says. It says that a handful was selected. A handful are always saved to restart that society. In just about every one of those legends. There is.
But now, so with almost all of these legends as well, you have the handful that is selected to go in the way of, the good ways, right? Because there are outcroppings of other survivors that pop up here and there.
Yes.
And that's generally always one of the excuses within every text for why there's still evil in the world.
Right.
You know?
You got to have evil. You know that, as well as I do. And I'm not trying to be, what did he say? No, you do. You have to have a light, you have to have a dark, because without them, you don't have anything. There's a balance. There's a balance between all of it. And that's not philosophy. That's just common sense. Yeah. I mean, that's how everything works. That's how physics works. Why would it be any different with anything else? Intention of people. You just can't have it because you wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah. Anita brings up, apparently there's a lot of bunkers being built in Texas. Well, they're being built by Texas companies. I think they're actually kind of spread out. There's several that are being commissioned for multiple Western states. All of them away from the San Andreas Fault, though.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
What you said?
Yeah.
Because you know what? Don't care about, Earth changes, man. Earth changes.
Yeah, and it does. We have historically for
Earth changes. Earth changes. And
go
ahead.
Oh, well, say talking about these underground, I mean, that Derinkaju, I can't say it. Derinkaju in Turkey. It was the underground city with
Derinkaju?
Yeah, Derinkaju.
Yeah,
built for 20,000 roughly people, and it was built around the 7th or 8th century BC.
That's right.
And there's a lot of theories, of course, behind that it might have been built, obviously, of course, for invaders, but also too for an event.
Yeah, it was much older than that, and that's one of the other things too. I think is a lot of these places are much older. Hey, yeah, they are vaults. That's what they are. But that's where you came from. Got news for you. You ain't gonna believe history one day when you find out. So I hope we all get to find out, because it's gonna be great just to watch the smiles fade off of some of these smug people's faces.
There will be people that literally fall to pieces.
Oh, there will be.
It's gonna be something to behold.
All the flood stories. No, you're not wrong. And Jen, that's a great point. You had the flood stories, but you also have the people who were told, not to build boats, but to go into caves and to go into the mountains and hide there. That is the other part of the story. But we always had someone telling us to do that. You see, that's the great part. So when you hear all these people who are running around saying, the aliens are here to, wipe us out, blah, blah. No, they're not. They haven't yet. In fact, we're here probably because of whoever or whatever they are. And we're probably part of them. Let's just call it what it is. Go back and watch last week's episode. Or week before last, and you might understand that.
Seth says, I'd love to know if there have been any large geological studies to see if the Appalachian Mountains have had any major meteor impact sites. These mountains are old. Yes.
Yeah.
There have been, and there's a few that are down in the
Carolina
that have been found
right?
down in the southern range.
Yeah.
But the problem is what you just said. They are so old that what would have really preserved most of that impact has been washed away and is now somewhere over in the desert in like New Mexico, Arizona area. There is
sorry, Joe.
really interesting fact here. I have in a jar somewhere around here some of the Appalachian Mountains that I collected out near the Four Corners. It is an out of place sandstone that only exists here. But because of the glacial movement and washings away, it moved. And could possibly from the impacts as well, from an impact that just threw material.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's there and it's from here.
Yeah.
I could reference it. I could reference 4 of them for you too. There's Middlesboro crater in Kentucky.
Yes.
That was a 3 mile wide one, roughly. They estimate about, how many, let me see here. I can't remember how many years ago. I was looking that up on that particular one as I remembered it.
And you can find most of these on USGS.
Well, look at the one Serpent Mound.
That one's around 300 million years ago.
Don't forget Adams County, Peoples, Ohio.
Yeah.
Serpent Mound. It's built right on the edge of the crater.
In Tennessee. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And so there's a lot. I mean, there is a lot of these things out there. And I think that is one of the, that's one of the things that we have to really think about. And, I'm not saying that that's what it is. I'm just saying that we have to take this into consideration, and we have to really think about this in a different light, because if we keep thinking about it in one single way, looking at it through one lens, it becomes very dangerous. It's extremely dangerous, especially when you think that you know what this is and you can control it in some way. You can't control this. This is out of our control. We've never been in control. And it's okay to say that. It really is. Because, we were given the ability to be free to do what we do, right? This is freedom. We are free to do this. I can get up right now and walk and go do what I want. I can have a bite to eat. I am free. Thank God I live in a country like that, right? But there are those who think that we're not truly free because there's these things that are manipulating and controlling us.
Predestination.
There it is. And now today they have twisted that into this belief that we are controlled by these extraterrestrial beings through, I guess, conscious interfaces and so forth and so on. It's a great story. I mean, it really is. Can they control us? Maybe they can control us, but we're still here. This is my point. If they wanted to control us, they could have made every single one of us walk off of a cliff 10,000 years ago. They didn't. They need us. There's a reason. Speculate all you want on that. But in my opinion, it's just not how it works. This is not something evil. That doesn't mean that there's not something out there that could be. That just means that whatever's right here, right now, seems to not, it either A, doesn't care, which I think it does, or it's trying to make us think it cares. There's that one. Or it actually does care. Because that's the 3 options. Right or wrong, you call it.
We are in a really, really strange time to be alive.
Yep.
And speaking of strange and times to be alive and strange realities.
Yeah, strange something. What?
Do you want to give them a little taste?
We can do that. We promised, didn't we? So let's do that.
Yep. And we've hit 11.
Oh, we got the thing?
Oh yeah.
Give them the blessing. Give them the blessing first.
Here comes the new blessing. Folks.
New blessing.
I'm gonna, because we had a few come in.
Okay, so let me talk.
I'm gonna
let me talk about the blessing real quick. Okay. This is the new blessing. No, it's not some weird cult you stumbled in on. This is the,
It's totally a cult.
It's not. This is the thing that we do to say thank you to those folks who throw, you know, super chats and whatnot our way, because we don't do any kind of weird, you know, Patreons, buy coffees or teas or whatever else, but we do like coffee and tea, but we like real coffee and tea. So if you actually want to buy us a coffee,
if you guys want to come hang out and drink
show,
coffee, we're down.
Yeah. Come to a show and you can bring us actual real coffee.
Yeah.
You know, that would be great.
I like coffee.
Because sometimes we
Right.
get away from our table anyway. So, you know, but no, for real. Oh, Rick, thank you. So
Thank you, Rick.
The new blessing is and I've been doing this for years, been trying to get this sculpt to look right for years. Finally, I'm pretty happy with the being that I've managed to create. And it's fully animatable, and I'm happy with this one, and it's probably going to be a star in a few of our blessings in the future. That being said, Joe, go ahead and roll that.
Let her roll
forward. That's
All
fun,
right.
like that one. That's fun, right?
Let's
so who's
give them
excited?
that trailer.
So who's excited for this trailer? First of all, I don't, you know, I mean, we kind of see if anybody wants to actually look at it, because I don't know. They probably don't.
Oh, they were yelling for it when we first started the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Totally a cult. Who said that? Stone Maven.
Stone Maven, Jim.
Oh my God, you guys! I swear.
We're like I don't know how many of you guys are wrestling fans. We're like Danhausen, very nice, very evil.
Also, it's definitely a cult. Yeah, we can call ourselves the cult of common sense. It works fine. It's very rare.
Everybody is saying yes. Let's see that trailer.
Without further ado, Joseph, roll that trailer.
Show that trailer here.
Is it there? No, wait.
It's not in here. You're gonna have to play it from
I've
your
got
end.
it.
It didn't
I can't
load it in.
I'll do it. I do it. It's okay. Because it's
I got you ready.
All right. You took us in. All right.
Yep.
Let me go over here. It's in G. Let's get the file open. It's opening. Y'all be patient. It's opening. Okay, here's G. Now it's got to find it.
That's right. We put the fun in dysfunctional.
That's the truth. Y'all don't even know half of it. All right. Strange reality. Here we go. Okay, I found it. And then there's another folder, and it's called clips. Where is that at? Is it this one? No, it's this one. Special clips. There we go. Okay. Series promo number 1. And that's, I believe this is this one. Is that right? Series promo 1. Yep,
Check
it is.
date.
Okay.
I'm sure it's not the one from off.
This is good.
Okay.
Here we go.
You guys had left. There's been an extreme amount of activity. We're getting the UAPs outside. We've got the triangle one outside. Recently got a big knock on the side of my house.
There could have been a lot of things at play here, not necessarily just one jumping straight to Bigfoot, right?
Right. What we got?
I think it looks like a footprint.
And then we've got a whole carved out pathway. Look.
Feels like the energy's changed, really.
I hear natural, but I'm also seeing radiation.
Yep.
So before we walked up there, it went to 32 while we were up there, is what you're saying.
Okay.
Something big is moving the rocks.
Treetop.
Look at that.
I see it.
Radio.
I see it. This changes everything.
Buddy.
All right, boys. You can see this. Hit those radios.
Oh, don't have a bad attitude. Yeah. Not worried.
Ghost reality. Stranger than you can imagine.
There you go.
Nice. Oh, quit.
Good times. I hope you guys are ready for that. It's going to be a really, really interesting show because the direction that this season is going, the first season of Strange Realities.
Okay, so here's the good news for everybody who is interested. Right after this show ends, that trailer will be up publicly. You were the first to see it right here because we said, you guys helped to do it, so we were going to make sure that you were the first to see it, and so it is, and so it was done that way. Now, the good news: if all goes well, it could drop Monday. If not, it'll drop next Friday. I was going to drop it this Friday, but I figured we needed a little bit of time to build up some hype and whatnot. So we're gonna do that a little bit of marketing all next week. Well, not all next week, but over the weekend if it drops Monday, and then if it drops Friday, we'll do it all next week, right up into that. So there you go. I don't know if you guys like it. Let us know.
It's going to be really interesting. We have a lot of things in store. The direction that we're going was somewhat unexpected.
Oh, it's totally unexpected. Yeah.
But nonetheless, we're going to take it there. So
what are you saying? Need more trailer specific filters, premiere between jump cuts, maybe even After Effects filters. No, it needs more of that. It needs 100% more of that. No, dude. I used as much possible that I could to squeeze that into that little bit. What you're going to see is going to be the equivalent of somewhere around, let me think. Let's see. So each one's going to be probably around 25 minutes to 30 minutes long.
Yeah.
So you've probably got right about 3.5 hours worth of content once you put it all together. And it should tell kind of the story of what's going on in that particular area.
And that's just the first part.
Yeah, that's just first part. So after that, we have another place that you haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
You've seen little bits and pieces, but not the whole story. So there's a bunch of it. It's going to be really cool. But yeah, thank you, by the way, Godot. It's very hard to edit those things down and make them try to tell a story in freaking 30 seconds. It's kind of hard to do that when you're dealing with 3 hours worth of material. So I really honestly do appreciate that.
Dave Eggleston said, I haven't seen any true investigators going in expected directions because the phenomena isn't predictable.
It's not. It's really not predictable. And if you follow, I think that's what we learned to do. We learned just to kind of look at those little data points and just kind of follow that data rather than, I don't know. It almost seemed like it wanted to go a certain direction. And so we would go that direction. We didn't counter it. That's what I'm trying to say. Like if we went out there and it was there's a Bigfoot. Okay, great. We're going to stick with this, but you know what? We're going to be prepared to pivot at any minute.
And we had enough hardware to do whatever we needed.
And it worked. It worked very well. And I can tell you, I don't to this day still know what happened out there. And I'm okay saying that. I really don't. I don't know what happened out there. And people have seen the footage. They have seen what happened. And it's a shoulder shrug. It really is. I don't know. But you're going to love it. I can promise you.
You should be able to hit the hype for the trailer once it's up. It'll go up after this show goes up.
Yeah.
You should be able to hype it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to go up immediately after this show. I'm going to hit the whatever, the public, because right now it's in whatever only. I can't remember what it's called. But we were just kind of viewing it back and forth, and it's sitting in standby.
Godot said the color grading is superb. Don't touch it. Hint of purple on greenery. Yeah. There's a lot of layers on that.
Thank you, Godot, for real. I'm not kidding. That's a lot of learning. I learned a lot from Paranormal Horizons. Seth taught me more than I could ever learn anywhere. I'll be honest with you, and give credit where credit's due, man. If it wouldn't be for Paranormal Horizons, I wouldn't have learned a lot of stuff. I wish I knew some of those tricks then, but I learned a lot afterwards. That's for darn sure.
Yeah, you can tell as the series progressed.
Yeah,
where the skills progressed as well.
So I'm very, very happy with it. It was a great trial by fire, and you're just going to learn how to do it. and I think we did. I think we have a pretty good product. I'm pretty happy about it. But it's going to be cool just to get it out there and let you guys, watch it. So we'll debut it live, and we'll let you know beforehand. Don't worry if you're over on the page. If you're not over on the page, I'll probably put like a notice up here as well in the community section, so it'll pop up. As long as you're subscribed to this channel, you should get a notification when something new comes up. And
but you got to make sure the notification bell is rung, because from time to time YouTube will drop you off of that. If you have gone through, I think, 2 videos and passed them up without visiting the channel with the notification, they actually turn the notification off.
Okay.
So that's why you're going to have to go back and check that notification, hit that bell again, let them know to put you back in the cycle. So that way they'll do the notification. Because that sending out all those notifications takes up a lot of server space. And I understand why they do it. It's not malicious.
Yeah.
It's just, this is a lot of command that has to be written in code. And it's just easier to knock them off if nobody's paying attention to it. So make sure that notification bell is lit up.
Yeah. Godot said you needs a quietish underlayer of woo-woo haunting synth music, Dave. Well, you know what's funny? We've already put Dave to work on that, and actually he volunteered. Because if you've listened to the podcast, Dave's been in the podcast ever since day one. The theme, that's Dave. The theme for this show, I see there's bits of Dave there's Dave everywhere. Okay. Dave's been spread all over friggin' Wild and Weird. All right.
You make me just sound so,
well,
I can't say it on air right now, but
you're
you make
just
me
a
sound
trashy person is what you are.
I get around.
No, there really is. Like he has, there's underlying synths, there's percussion. You'll hear a little bit of the actual band from time to time in there, that we were in. There's all kinds of that. But Dave actually did some soundtracks just for this project, oddly enough. And you will get to hear those. We also are working on some other stuff that you'll get to hear soon. So that's going to be really fun.
Dave is the craft glitter of the collective.
There you go.
I put so many mental images in my head for some reason.
Dave Sprinkles, made of music and doom.
Oh, that's good. We should make a shirt for him like that, right?
Sprinkle Doom.
Dave Sprinkle.
There we go.
That's what it is, man.
Sprinkling doom everywhere he goes.
That's gonna be my new. That's gonna be my new diet drink that I'm going to be selling to you guys. It's going to be doom sprinkles.
Doom sprinkles.
Oh man,
because you got to laugh at this crap.
Sprinkles cola.
I'm not kidding. I mean, you can sit around and be miserable. You can sit around and worry about everything, or you can laugh. Sometimes you just got to laugh. That's what got me through friggin' everything. All the bad times of my life, I laughed a lot. And then I
made a joke about the silver alert this evening.
Till I met Dave, and I don't laugh much anymore.
Oh man,
that's true. What we got? What are you guys saying? I'm not even seeing it. Pop some.
Oh, they're just they're going off on the Dave Sprinkles, and then
Dave Sprinkles. All right, cool. We got a flute. What flute is
Dr. Prepper? I like that one too.
But need a riff jingle for Series 5, second thing, Star Wars, X-Files, Star Trek. Oh, look at you. You're thinking some good stuff. Look here. We got us a creative consultant down here, boys. Hey, we're not kidding. We'll put you to work. You better be quiet.
Right.
Just ask any of our friends. That's how they ended up, behind a camera. Or
suddenly you wind up, I'm somehow within close proximity. You're like, hey, can you hold this? And then next thing you know, you're manning a camera, rigging audio, and
getting hit by radiation.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll tell you, Ron, I'm looking really forward to everybody hearing the native one. Like
yeah, I'm not. Don't spoil that for anybody. That's awesome. No, you did some incredible work, and
that little flute part you did just was like the icing on the cake, though.
Well, thank you. But yeah, just incredible work. And we are actually working for you guys who do like the music. We are going to be making something very shortly in our non-spare time. We're going to hit the studios here, literal, and we're going to make you something. We're going to make you something. But
this will be the first time that they've ever made music with me too.
It will be. This will be the first time that Joe is making music with you. And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very what's the word? What should I call this? Meditative, relaxing. Yeah, that's the word. That's what we're going to do. So it's going to be something strange, very strange vibes. Yeah, extremely strange vibes. Think about some of the blessing screens you've seen of late, and you'll understand.
Instead of pure moods, it's strange vibes.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. And then, of course, trying to figure out how we're going to put it out. And I really, because it's not just music, there are visuals. Because there always was with both Majestic X and Relics. We used heavy visuals. We were out there with projectors. People thought we were nuts back when we first started, but
we kind of were.
We were nuts. We were nuts. I'll be honest. But that's the whole thing. The idea is to have it a multi. Just a multispectral thing. You're going to be able to hear it. You're seeing it. You might go out of body. I don't know if you do. It's on you. It's not us. We didn't do it. I didn't do it.
I've been releasing years now.
What is it, Joe?
There may or may not be binaural beats.
Yeah, there may or may not be binaural beats. There you go.
Not quite binaural, but yeah, it's good stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, I
have like 2 or 3 hours of material now for all that stuff. So
Yeah.
Anita says, put it on YouTube as a lo-fi as a channel. Yeah, it's we're thinking about some things to do, and that might be a direction that it winds up going, where it's got its own channel doing where it all gets put. So that way, everybody can go check it out, and it's not getting stuck on our algorithmic way.
Yeah. No, it'll probably do better than our algorithm. It'll do way better than ours.
I'll try putting it out there like on international release, like I have my own stuff for ambient music, and get out there. Then you have it on Bandcamp, and that's Bandcamp's a great resource. But it is. Yeah. I mean, all my music right now is on. I've got it all over like Spotify, Pandora, and all these really cool sites. So it's we can get our stuff.
The reins on that over to you, and you can distribute it wherever.
Yeah, we don't care. Just distribution will be on you as far as I go.
I'm like international, baby.
Read it like Dave Sprinkles, Dave.
Dave sprinkle it, man. Sprinkles! Magical doom sprinkles everywhere for everybody.
Rain doom, Dave.
That's what we'll do. Yeah, that's exactly how we'll do it. But no, it's going to be really cool for real. Wait, what? Someone mentioned frozen margaritas. What am I seeing?
Oh there? Yeah. LR said I'll volunteer to fetch studio margs.
Oh my God, you're hired.
There you go.
Hired right there. That's how you do it. See that? That's how you do it right there.
Style ice cream freezer makes excellent margs. Yeah, it does.
See, there you go.
Don't forget to use cowbell. Don't worry, that's what I'm for.
Oh yeah,
I have the largest cowbell you've ever seen. I do have a large and loud cowbell. Yes.
Food grade glitter futures are going through the roof.
We need to get an endorsement now.
Buy now,
endorsement.
Right?
That's exactly right. Buy now.
Oh man, guys, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. This has actually been a really fun show.
For the topic,
everybody else here enjoyed it. Ron's got the flute.
We'll flute us out. I promised you guys we'd do the big guy here. So let's fire this one up. I ordered another one, by the way.
Which one?
Ron is a flute.
I had to make sure that. Sorry, I had to make sure that I had one that was capable of hitting E. So because someone had requested the Imperial March at one point. So
That's a large flute, by the way.
Thank you. Anyway. Oh, it's over here. Sorry. Wrong mic. There we go.
Silver alert.
There you go, guys. Ron's parting gift to everybody on this blast of a night that we had. Special thanks to everybody who supports the show, who comes out and week in, week out, showing up right here with us. That is how you guys support this show. We thank you guys so much. Everybody that donates and is at the executive producer status, y'all are, we love you guys. Y'all are all like family to us.
Y'all make sure when the series comes out, what the first episode, all the episodes, but particularly episode 1, stay for the very end. Every single one of you. Trust me.
So thank you guys. We will see you next week right here, Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And remember, tomorrow is Friday the 13th. So go like haunt people's dreams or get like, whatever you do with machetes in weird summer camps. I don't know. Stay wild and weird, everybody. And
the world's wrong with you. Why would you end such a positive show on such a crap note as that?
I don't know. I'm just thinking about building a bunker, man.